How you doing? So this topic is going to be a little bit unique. So we're going to talk about two things. One, we're going to re-talk about pet peeves, and one in particular, my major one. Two, I mentioned in the last episode with Karen and Dee Dee that there's a TV show called Black AF. And if a lot of people want to know what Black AF mean, Black AF mean black as fuck. Okay. Now, I don't know about y'all on the viewers or who's watching this and stuff like that. I can't really narrow down my demographic yet, but for the demographic that I'm trying to reach, listen up. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all probably experienced this or are still going through this. The word, I'm not black enough, or you don't sound black, or why are you trying to sound proper? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I heard that all my life. And I don't know if y'all witnessed or even experienced that yourself. But I have. Unfortunately, this right here, this is not a trend. This is not something that I put on every single day to pretend to be something that I'm not. The way that I talk, the way that I carry myself, this is me. So when you reference, I'm not black enough, or you don't sound black, what do black sound like? What do you want me to portray myself as? I mean, I have an idea of what you would like for me to portray myself as what you see on TV, or what social media tells you that black people should be like, and how they talk, how they dress, and basically how they carry yourself. But let's be honest, people. Let's truly be honest. I mean, the reason why I want to talk about this is not because of the TV show. The TV show just gave me the title, and by all means, I will give full credit to the person and the writer that came up with Black AF. That is not my idea. That is not my title. The reason why I wanted to talk about this, I feel like I have a platform that will allow me to reach the demographic that I want to talk about, and not just the black community. And I'm talking about the whole entire community as a whole, and I mean black, white, Asian, whoever, Hispanic, because we are one-sided. We all have a different view of one another, let's just be honest. But the major view that I hear and that I come across is, I'm not black enough. Well, because I talk a certain way. I'm not black enough. Why? Because I have a education. By all means, that is one degrading to everybody that has a degree, regardless of race or creed. There, race or creed does not determine on the education you have. At one point in time, yes, it did. And let's be honest, at one point in time, the education was only given to the certain stereotype of the world. But now we, in 2020, or let's just say in these times, I can't say just 2020, but just in these times, and we are still looking at just the color of a person's skin to judge them based off of whatever image that you have in your head because you saw something on social media, or you heard something from a next person, and you form your idea because you allow yourself, because it is a choice. Instead of you doing your own research and learning everybody, and when I mean everybody, different cultures and basically different races, you allow yourself to adapt that mentality of what the world wants you to think. Having original thought is the most unique thing in the world. I say this in my personal life. Why don't you have an original thought? Original thought, it looks being defined. Okay. I am very, most people will know, and most people can attest to this, I am defiant, by all means. Not because I want to be an asshole. By all means, no. That is not the reason why I want to be basically defiant. It's because everything that is brought in front of me is somebody's opinion, somebody's view, and somebody's way of thinking. I'm not knocking it. But in the same token that you are here giving me somebody's opinion, thoughts, and views, I should be able to give you my opinion, thoughts, and views too. But no, why when I do it, I'm coming across being defiant, being an asshole, I'm being rude. Why can't you submit, Ty, to what if whatever's in front of you? You know, this is right. No, actually, no, it's not right. I don't know what that man or woman went through to get that, outcome. Everything that we are being taught, and I'm not knocking no teachers, and I'm not even knocking educators, but always remember, and most people should know this, anything that you read from a book or a magazine, it is just that person's views and thoughts. Just like this whole entire productions. In my captions, I always say that these are my views and my thoughts. I'm never right or I'm never wrong. This is just how I view the world, and this is how I see it. And this is what I would like to give back. It's just my thoughts and my views. Now, if my thoughts and my views can help you, by all means, please take them and utilize them and use them to the best of your knowledge. But don't tell me that I'm wrong because I think different of you, and also because I look different. Would my education and my background make a big difference if I was white, or if I was pretty much Hispanic, or Chinese, or Filipino? Like, why does the color of my skin dictate on who I should be versus who I am today, or just who I am overall? Being black is not a trend. Being black is my God-given right, and I am damn appreciative of my heritage. I understand balance, but I also understand struggle. I understand being in these times that I am given an opportunity to do something great, phenomenal, in this one time that I am given. So I am going to take my shot every single time that I get. And if somebody tells me that I need to sit down, by all means, I will stand up. If somebody tells me to be quiet, I will shout out the top of my lungs on what I believe and what I love. I'm not here to hurt or disrespect nobody. But being black as fuck, what do that mean? The last time I checked, I am black. Now, my child asked me this one time when we was in the car. I even said this in the last episode. She asked me, she's like, Daddy, why do they call you black? You're not black. As the viewers are watching, as you are watching me, you see my shirt. My shirt is black. I'm pretty sure we all know the color black, but I did explain to her that it is a label to control a certain group of people. You label somebody something, let's say black, you can control them. You label somebody white, you can control them. Or you can give power over one other group than the other because of just one simple name, black, white. By saying that I'm not black enough, what do that mean? I don't sound black, I don't talk black. Again, what do that mean? I know what you're trying to get at, but to tell me who I am, you have no right to say that. Because the last time I checked, when I wake up, I am black. I might not be the typical black man that you might see on TV or acting a fool on social media. But please believe it, I am black. Now, I did mention in the beginning I want to talk about two different things, and the other one is pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve in this whole entire world, and I know that this would never change because the world will always judge. But with that said, my biggest pet peeve is when people judge before they get to know. Now, I will tell you a little story before I cut out, and it goes back with basically my mother and my brothers. My mother, she was a southern black woman, strong as fuck. I mean, if you want to talk about black as fuck, not the definition of what we consider black as fuck today, but being strong, independent, and don't take shit from nobody, that was the definition. That was the woman, that's the woman I grew up. That's the woman that taught me to be the man that I am today and gave me all the confidence and all the courage to do basically everything that I'm doing. But enough about that, let's get back to what I wanted to say. There was one time that we was walking, we was coming back from, I think, a family member's house. And there was an incident. I will never forget this. There was an incident. And she was upset with me because I didn't stand up for her like my brothers did. You know, most people know that I am different, and not to bash my brothers. I love all my brothers. I look up to them. I look up to Marvin. I look up to Tony. These are the people that I used to idolize. And when I say used to idolize, I'm not saying that I don't idolize them now. It's just the fact that I became my own man. I don't idolize another man. I respect all my brothers. Okay, so I just want to make that very clear. But as a child, I did idolize my brother because they was something that I wanted to grow up to be like. To me, they had it all. They were smooth. They were smart. They were basically debonair. They could do everything. They was powerful beyond measure. And these are the men that I looked up to. But they was very outspoken also, especially my brother Tony. And my mother got mad at me. And you know, being a child, I didn't understand why she was getting mad at me. And when I mean a child, I wasn't like 5 or 6. Let's just make that clear. And I'm not bashing my mom, but this is where the turning point for me about leading my own life started. Is because in a very stern voice, she turned to me and looked at me like, why didn't you stand up for me? And she kept going. I didn't say nothing. And I can feel the anger, the rage just radiating from me. And without knowing, I just said, because I'm not like my fucking brothers. And she got quiet. She didn't get quiet because I cussed. She got quiet because in that moment, she did everything that she told herself she would never do. She would never judge. And we all do this. Some might do it very small. Some might do it on a bigger scale. So in that moment, she compared me to my older brothers. And she was looking for the same response that my older brothers used to do in a situation like that. She realized, obviously, I'm not like my siblings, and I'm not saying that I won't come to your aid, but one, that's not my place either. We were talking about 2 different time frames. I'm the baby of 7 brothers. Like, I am 20 years apart from the majority of all my brothers. I am like the last of the last. I am the baby. So the mentality of what I had wasn't because of the generation that, you know, the generation and the times that I was born in. It's just the fact that one major component hold dearly. I am different. I am unique. I'm not like my siblings. I'm not like my brothers. I'm not like my mom. I'm not like my dad. I'm like nobody else on this planet. Just like the person or the viewers are watching this, you are unique. You are different. You are one of a kind. In that moment, I realized I would never allow anybody to compare me to another person. But that also birthed or sparked a different way of thinking. Now, in that moment, without even knowing that I did it, I told myself I would never allow anybody to judge me in any different light, regardless of race, creed, or color. I will always stand up for who I am, and I would never submit to a label. So with that said, I am not black as fuck. I am not whatever society want me to be. I am nothing compared to the list of things that they try to put me underneath as a label. I was born and I would die with the name of Tyreek J. Pratt. That is my name, and that's who I am. So no, I'm not black as fuck. I am Tyreek J. Pratt.